Hello and welcome everybody to my new YouTube channel. The internet is an incredible place. You can get a lot of stuff can be fake. And I will show you today a fake iPhone 6 6s battery case. The site I got it from is moonyblue.com. And the way I came to the site, made a Google search for the Apple part number. You always have these MGQ, M, whatever. And this page actually came out as having it the cheapest. The price that they sold it for is just impossible, and that's why you get fake items. So, as always in life, if anything sounds too good to be true, it probably isn't. Don't order at that site unless you're aware of the fact that you might get some crap. So to my right we have the fake item, the fake battery case, and to the left I have an actual genuine iPhone 7 battery case, which in a lot of parts is the same. I can show you the little differences, and it's also working with an iPhone 6 and 6s. That is, if you have iOS 10 on it. I have a jailbroken iPhone 6s with still iOS 9.1 on it. Sad thing I can't use it right now, but one day maybe there will be a good jailbreak for iOS 10 or 11 or whatever. So, but right now it's a good comparison. Let's start off with the packaging. As you can see, the font on this, it's actually pretty good writing, and it doesn't look like this cheap print, but you do realize it's a little bit different font. But that's nothing that you would notice if you don't have anything to compare it to. But the first thing about the packaging that made me wonder if this could even be real is on the original one, you have these little plastic stripes that you have to pull off, and then you can easily slide out. This is missing completely, so I just pull it and it comes out. Let's get started here. We start, I'd say, with the original iPhone 7, so we have a comparison to what it should look like. As I said, you pull this tab off, pull out the case, and the case gets presented to you like this. You can pull it out easily. It has this form here which makes it stick really good. And then in the inside you have the paperwork and an easy tab to release it. On the inside, I'm not sure if you can read it, really dark printing and just a really nice feeling to it. I weighed it, it's about 103 grams. That to the side. Now let's see what our Chinese people tried to ship to us. The Apple logo here. The last time I tried to pull it out, it got stuck somewhere. Now, okay, it's not stuck anymore. At first glance, it might seem kind of similar. You pull it out, you already see that this is all a little bit cheap. Then you have the paperwork also inside, but nothing to really pull it out easily, so you have to get in there, pull it out like that. And then this totally gives it away. I'm not sure if you can really read that right now. A golden font saying iPhone 6 smart battery case, something Apple would never do. So, and if you compare the outsides of the cases, the first thing you see is the lightning port on the fake one comes out like this. And I've never owned a real one from these. I've seen videos on YouTube and they pretty much show me that it should be the one on the iPhone 7 casing here. You have these lines around here which feel really cheap in your hand. This is like the parts where they melted it together. I noticed that the real iPhone 6 case has that also, and that's one of the reasons I choose to go with iPhone 7 case, apart from the bigger battery. But this is really dominant, and you can really feel it, and it's really cheap. Also the headphone port, I'm not sure if you can see that. It's really not good quality. Next up is charging. I'm not quite sure what this blinking red light is supposed to mean. I've been charging this case for like an hour or two. All it ever does is blink red. As you see on the real original case, the LED is much brighter, much more quality. It usually blinks orange when it's charging, and it turns to a green light when it's done. So I don't know about this one, what status it's in. It's always blinking red, I don't know. Also, one of the reasons I choose to go with original Apple battery case and not one of the cheaper cases that are out there is the possibility to see in iOS the status of your phone battery and the battery case. The original one is the only one that makes use of these iOS features and makes you see what is possible. Apart from the thing I read about the original case is that it's one of the only ones who strengthens your antenna signal. It does absolutely make sense if you think about it. When you have a non-original case which straps a big battery around the back from your phone, of course your signal might be obstructed and might be bad, which makes your phone strengthens the signal more and more and more, drains the battery again on its own, and it's also considered not to be healthy. And these are the reasons why I consider to go with the not the prettiest but nice to the touch and original case, which I know would work. So what I actually wanted to say is this iOS feature where you can see the status of the battery is not working in here, of course. So if these other case manufacturers are not able to do this, why should they? So you see the iPhone is getting charged, but you have no idea for how long or what's happening. You just have no overview of that. So now back to the differences between the cases. 5 things you have to ask yourself if you're an iPhone 6S user when considering buying the case for the iPhone 6S or just going with the iPhone 7 case. For one, of course, the iOS thing. Do I have a jailbroken iOS 9 iPhone 6S? Do I want to lose my jailbreak just for using the case? For me, right now, that's not an option. 2, do I want to have the better quality and the bigger battery for the same price? So it's 99 US dollars or 120 euros for both of them, it doesn't matter. So why wouldn't you get the better one if the iOS thing is not a problem for you? Another thing that you have to know is, of course, you have no headphone jack. iPhone 7 doesn't have a headphone jack, why would it have the opening for that? But I hear a lot of people complaining about the original iPhone 6S battery case because it's really hard to get any headphone jack in there because of the depth. One more thing you have to think about is this little camera overlay that you have here, which is not really that much of a problem if you're thinking about buying the fake case, because on the fake case, which is actually meant for iPhone 6 and 6S, you have the same. So I hope you liked this video and it was informative for you. Since I'm getting this channel started, please leave a like if you want to know anything. If you have any questions about these things, leave them in the comments down below. And please consider becoming my Patreon so we can really get this thing started here. Thank you.